Hello and welcome to another IELTS Task 1 video. This is for IELTS Academic and I'm today going to discuss a table on the request of a student. She has some doubts about how to handle tables with massive data. This is massive data and a lot of material to discuss and a lot of things that confuse you. How should you handle excess data and filter the information to find the right things to write? So basically you have to find out main features. These are always the focus of the exam. Main features, number one, and number two, any comparisons if relevant. Any comparisons. So what I'll do is um, I'll be moving in a horizontal and a vertical direction. So what do I mean by that? If this is a table, draw. So if this is a table and there are things that there are variables here and there are variables here. So the right way to proceed with a table is to move first in a horizontal direction. I mean, there is no first or second, but there's a horizontal direction. That is, you pick the first variable and you discuss make comparisons of various areas. And another is to move in a vertical direction. So that's what I call the intergroup and intergroup. So I'm considering these as groups. So there is an intergroup comparison when you move horizontally. So you compare various groups, group 1, 2, 3 on this criteria. And vertical is intragroup within the same group. And on the basis of horizontal and vertical movement, you should structure your answer. So let us try to analyze this table and try to find out some meaningful information. When the data is so large, I suggest that you should point out some of the most important the most important numbers only. So let us try to find out the most important numbers, and these numbers are usually the largest and the smallest. So if you look at watching television, let us move horizontally. Watching television, vertically, and we are going to discuss each group and what is their highest and the smallest number. So what you'll notice is every group watches a lot of television. So that's one trend. You need not state any numbers. All you need to do is that all groups spend most of their leisure time in watching television. And let us come to the least of them. Let us come to the least values. Let me change the color so that it's more visible. Okay, so let us find the least amount of time the teens spend. They spend the least amount of time on cinema. And 20s group, they spend the least amount of time in, again, cinema. 30s, it's socializing and cinema. 40s, it's cinema. 50s, it's socializing with a group of people and cinema. 60s, they do not spend any time in exercising or sport. 70. So what you need to do is you need not need not write every sentence, a new sentence for every category. All you need to do is you can see there's a clear movement. To make things more clear. You can see a clear trend over here. Some things together coming over here. These both can be clubbed in one sentence, and of course these two, they can be clubbed in the same sentence. You sentence number 1, sentence number 2, sentence number 3, and sentence number 4. So these are 4 sentences that will help you write a comparative paragraph. Now I'm writing a sample answer to this question below this video. Just click on the link below this video that will direct you to my website, and there will be a sample answer to this question. Now let us move to the other areas. Let us move in a horizontal manner. Let us go through this. Watching television. So among all the age groups, which group spends the most time in watching television? I guess it's teens. Which group spends the least? Let's talk about the maximum first. Socializing with four or less number of people. So it's, I guess, the 30s group. Um, the maximum over here is among teens and 20s. The maximum here is among 40s and 30s. Sports, again, teens, and cinema. So what you can see is, let me find out the minimum as well. So who spends the least amount in watching television and videos? So it's a 30s group. Um, Here it's socializing with four or less people. Minimum is here, and then the minimum in this group, minimum here, minimum, and of course minimum over here. Yeah. So what you can see is for each group, I mean, you have to write one sentence on watching TV and video. So that sentence should include these two. The next sentence should include these five elements. Then the fourth sentence, these three elements. The fifth sentence, 1, 2, 3, and finally the sentence on cinema should include three elements. Now here you just have to talk about the maximum and minimum using constructions such as while, whereas, etc. So I've written an answer on this one. Just go through it and that will help you identify. So this paragraph will be on moving in the horizontal direction. We have done the vertical above here, and then we'll be moving here in the horizontal direction. Just go through the answer. I'm sure it will be useful in filtering the information when there's a lot of data and you are in a fix to know what to do. I hope you liked the video and I hope you like the answer. It will be educative. Share it with your friends and keep coming back for more interesting stuff.